So, how did carnivore change my life? I've eaten meat my whole life, just not by itself. I've also eaten chips and, the American diet, but I've never been a big fan of the vegetables. I've also never been a big fan of sweets. I do like sweets occasionally. I have a craving. I go through spurts. I do like my cheesecake too, and peanut butter pie. But so this past summer here, a few months ago, probably 5, 6 months ago, I was having issues where I felt like I was gonna pass out at work. I just kept getting these dizzy spells, and my wife at the time was doing full carnivore. I don't mean my wife at the time, like I'm still with my same wife. I mean, at the time she was doing full on carnivore. And I came home on a Friday and it was so nice out. I wanted to work, but I went in and sat down because I was having these little panic attacks, and I've never had that before in my life. And I was having heart racing every so often for quite a while before that, on and off. Went to the hospital. They said, there was nothing wrong with my heart. I did a stress test. I excelled, all this stuff, right? And they know that farmers typically do not go to the emergency room. Like the old school doctors know that the farmer's going to finish his work before he goes in to be checked out. And luckily I had somebody that knew that, and they knew. My wife told them that, I don't come in just for anything. So I got two of my buddies here. But anyway, I came home from work that day, and my wife was making chicken breasts, like with chicken parm. And I'm like, man, I just don't feel good. Like, I gotta sit down for a little while. And she's like, just eat the breast. So I did. I went in, I took a little nap, took a little rest, got myself calmed down. I don't know why I was all worked up. Looking back, I think it was just stress and everything that I wanted to get done. But anyways, for 3 weeks after that, all I ate was meat, salt, butter, and drank water. And I'm not a big pop person. I have maybe one. It's when I go to work that I get bored at work, so I start eating and drinking this stuff that I don't want, but I'm bored. And if I can't keep focused on something, doing something that I love, I eat. Like up there, I eat because I'm trapped in the factory, and I just get bored, and I go take more breaks and I eat more. So anyways, I did that for 3 or 4 weeks, just meat, butter, salt, and water. And it completely turned me around. Within a couple days, I felt 100 times better without the extra stuff. And like I said, I don't eat a lot of chips. If I do eat chips, it's ones with just a few ingredients. But I just don't like them, really. And rice, I got away from rice. I still have a potato every once in a while, and I still do some rice every once in a great while. I have a little scoop of rice. Like last night I had a little scoop because we didn't have a potato. But, I think about what my grandparents did, and they ate meat, a potato, and a small vegetable that they grew here, and fruit that they grew here, or that they got from a neighbor. And I just wanted to get on here and say, like, it really changed my life. And then I took it to another level, and I lost, a bunch of weight and cut out all that stuff and really worked out physically outside. with a sledgehammer, busting up concrete and like doing more physical stuff, pushing myself. And it really like changed everything. And my wife's going back on carnivore. She kind of strayed away from it because of stress. She's more addicted to the sugar, so luckily I don't have that addiction. Like, I like sugar, I like candy, I like me a Reese's peanut butter cup, but I don't need it, and I don't. It hurts my teeth. Like, if I have it a couple days, it'll hurt my teeth, and then I don't want it. I don't care to have it. So, I don't know if that would help somebody, but I know there's a lot of carnivore videos out there. My wife watches them all the time, and there's really something to that. But I've always been a meat and potatoes guy. Never do I like vegetables. I like me some green beans or yellow beans if we grow them here. And I used to like me some corn, but there's really no value in corn, so now I don't care if I eat it or not. Like, it's just, with all the hybrids and everything, I can't find the variety we used to grow here that was really sweet. And it was not a hybrid. It was an old school seed that we got, and I grew that here, and it was amazing. And everybody that bought it from me said it was amazing. But there's not much value in the stuff you get these days in anything, meat or vegetables. And if you're shopping, like, stay to the outside, because that's where all your nutrition is, the outside aisles. The minute you go in down the middle aisles, it's all processed. And, it really changed my life. I thank her very often for that. Just that kind of reset. And now I don't have those dizzy spells. Occasionally I'll have a little heart flutter. I don't know what that is. But it goes away really quickly. It's not like it used to be. Like, it would race, like, but I didn't have any chest pain. I didn't have trouble breathing. I don't know. And I would get these little panic attacks when we were in public, and I never had that issue. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of people always, but mostly just dumb people. But, but yeah, it completely changed everything. So, if you're having some issues, maybe just cut down to meat, butter, salt, and water, and just see what it does for you. It doesn't take very long, a couple days, and I completely felt different. So I hope that helps somebody. And with my son too, he's being told he has low testosterone, and we were talking, and he told me too, because he loves his chips, and he told me too, we were talking, and he's like, man, it's all the crap that they put in the food, and he knows what it is. And it's just hard when you have those little addictions. It's a real thing. So he's trying to fix that. He tried full-on carnivore. It's just so hard when you're working, you got a family, and you're working late. You don't work normal hours. Like, he's a plumber, so he doesn't work normal hours. So, and his wife is a hairdresser, so she works late in the day. So by the time they get home, like, it's just, you kind of just, if you don't plan ahead, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's basically it, and we were always told that when we had kids too. And it's just so hard when you're working and trying to put food on the table and pay the bills and, do all that stuff, man. It's just hard. But, just be leery of what you're buying, what you're putting in your body. the eggs, the white eggs are sprayed with silicone so that they don't, they don't go bad. You can leave them suckers in the refrigerator for a year and they won't be bad because they seal them up with a silicone. And, people don't want to believe me, but it's a real thing. Man, I'm in this industry. Like, there's some shady crap going on. So, with that, get to know a farmer, buy some local meat, and I'll see you on the next one.